If you've watched my channel before, you know I have just a little obsession with vintage Pyrex, and I'm not alone. I'm sharing my most recent adventure, a Pyrex swap meet, which I'd heard of but never been to, so I was excited. Keep watching to see the amazing treasures I found. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. I previously did a video on the history of Pyrex and its various patterns, so you can view that by clicking the link above or in the description. Since this was not just a sale but a swap meet, I took this piece I was hoping to trade. This is a town and country pattern divided dish from the 60s that I'd been trying to sell with no luck, so I was hoping I'd find something to trade for that I could sell, or maybe find a piece to add to my own collection. This was not a huge swap meet, so I was pleasantly surprised to see quite a variety of patterns and types, everything from butterfly gold to friendship to other town and country pieces. I want to say prices were a little high on some of these, but vintage Pyrex tends to be expensive anyway, so these may have actually been right on par. On a non-Pyrex note, I was tempted by that sweet two-tiered pink tray, but I have no space or use for it. I thought using these old plant stands was a brilliant way to incorporate vintage pieces in their display. You might notice some Fire King up there, but I suspect for Pyrex and Fire King lovers, if you love one, it's hard not to have at least some affection for the other. One vendor shared with me that she owned 300 pieces at one time and knew a lady who owned at least 600 pieces. So the folks I talked to seemed to be selling things from their own collection rather than being resellers. This vendor pulled these unmarked opal bowls from under the table, perhaps ones she swapped to take home with her, I don't know, but she shared that unmarked Pyrex are highly valuable. From my research, it appears that the only unmarked pieces would specifically be this type of white opal glass, mainly produced in the 1950s. But let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Now, on this table was a piece that I had only heard of but never seen in the wild. Can you guess which one it is? It's this large 4-quart casserole dish, affectionately known in the Pyrex world as Big Bertha. I see now why she earned that nickname. She's a big 'un, and she don't come cheap. Finding one with its original lid, like with most Pyrex, makes it more valuable. These dishes fit a typical crock pot lid, so if you spot one, make sure the lid is indeed original. There were other fun vintage kitchen things, including these glass kids dishes, so cute, and various things like salt and pepper shakers, spice tins, canister sets, even Mrs. Butterworth. So this was the one dish I really was interested in. Unfortunately, I couldn't get anyone to swap with me, primarily because people just don't use divided dishes like they used to, and no one there seems to collect the town and country pattern. This sage scroll casserole dish from the 60s was $65, and she was willing to go down to $60, but that was just too high for something I don't really need anyway. However, one vendor had a variety of non-dish Pyrex items, like these t-shirts and hats, and other items made from material that features Pyrex patterns. So I did come home with this friendship pattern keychain / chapstick holder and a scrubby that features a spring blossom bowl set. In the end, I didn't get rid of my divided dish, but really enjoyed the experience and would absolutely go to another one. It was so much fun talking Pyrex with fellow addicts like myself. On a side note, I've linked in the description a website that lists and dates every Pyrex pattern produced. It's a really helpful resource if you're trying to date your Pyrex finds. All right, I want to know what patterns you recognized from today's video and what would you have brought home with you? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what antique or vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you like this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.